Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton. I just got back from watching The Nun, which is a prequel to the Conjuring films and is part of the Conjuring universe. Apparently it has an MCU-style cinematic universe now when you include the Annabelle films. Now, The Nun is a prequel to all of the movies, essentially taking place at the start of the timeline and explaining the origins of one of the villains of the Conjuring universe. It happens to deliver a satisfying adventure in some ways, but in others it really pales in comparison to the other Conjuring movies and even Annabelle creation. So, what's the story? The story takes place in 1952 Romania, where a nun has committed suicide, and where we see a priest, played by Damien Bashir, and a nun in training go to Romania from the Vatican City in order to investigate what happened there and why. And what follows is pretty much what you'd expect from the Conjuring films. A demon is found, scares are had, and it's a fight for survival to see if they can manage to get out alive. Now, one of the things that the film does do well is it does have a legitimately spooky environment. The Romanian setting does allow for some legitimately inventive scares, and having it take place in the past as opposed to present day does mean that certain things in the film do make sense when they wouldn't in a modern sense. You know, certain things like not calling the cops or just using modern technology since it wasn't available at the time. It happens to use its setting to enhance its story to its credit. Also, the fact that it does try to explain a little bit of how this creature came to be and how it happened to last for as long as it did in the Conjuring universe, but it's mainly secondary to the story that it's trying to tell. Also, the tension that it builds for certain scares are definitely when it gets the most effective. In fact, I think my favorite scares were in the middle of the film, where the lack of music and the constantly building tension in certain scenes often built up to great effect. When you add that in with good lead characters with strong performances, you'd think this is a film that's up there with the other Conjuring movies. But unfortunately, the film relies a bit too heavy on jump scares, and the soundtrack of the movie is obnoxiously over the top. When it wants to be calm and serene, it's nice, but when it's trying to scare you, it lunges out at you to the point where it feels like a laugh track, where it's forcing down scares that should be coming to you naturally. I honestly thought that if they cut down the music a lot and cut down on the jump scares a lot and focused a lot more on tension and building suspense, that it would have made for more effective scares. I think, in fact, the other Conjuring films were more scary because they did exactly that. Even Annabelle Creation took that as a note. But since things are constantly jumping out at you, and since it happens so frequently and with so little variety, you get sick of it at certain points. It also doesn't help that one of the characters, who's named Frenchie, is often the source of comic relief for the film. That's not to say that he isn't funny, he sometimes is, but in a horror film like this, comedy is one of the last things you'd want in certain scenarios, and he actively ruins the scares of certain scenes. I just think the film could have used a rewrite in that regard. Also, the ending might anger some people when it comes to how it connects with the other Conjuring films, and how this film either does not enough or too much in certain aspects when it comes to explaining the lore or going into this demon's existence. So, as a whole, The Nun is a mixed bag. It certainly does get a lot of things right, but it gets a lot of things wrong, too. But, personally, I enjoyed the things that were good in it, and if you're a fan of the Conjuring films, you'll probably get something out of it. I give it a 7 out of 10. See you next time.